How it do, how it be, how it is, everybody. Welcome in and welcome back. I am Sir Feffers, the humble dungeon master at a Longshot table, and today we're getting into Terraform. I'm very excited. This is the second to last episode of the season for this campaign before we start our summer series. And then don't worry, after come August, we will be diving right back into this narrative and the other three narratives, the other three campaigns that we have here weekly on the show. Soon to be four. We will be adding a fourth campaign to the loop, to the weekly cycle as we get into our seventh season of Longshot. If you want to get caught up, you can head over to the YouTube. It's called Longshot. And we are able to get the ad revenue and all that good stuff over there. So do please go and watch some stuffs. I know, summer series already. It kind of snuck up on me too. But I'm very excited. I'm very, very, very excited. If you would like to join our phenomenal community, you can head over to the Discord, where we have memes. We are as chaotic as we are wholesome, but most importantly, we have bingo.
Bingo!
D&D campaign related bingo that everyone amongst the community has just absolutely gone feral for. It's been super fun. We've got a Patreon if you feel like supporting me further, and head over to the Instagram Longshot for some of the awesome shorts that Annie, our amazing mod, has cooked up. And last but certainly not least, we have the amazing Heinefall LARP coming up. To tell you more about it, here's Taylor and Tracy.
Hi everyone, I'm Taylor and Tracy. You can find me everywhere as Taylor and Tracy. I'm the game master and story writer for the LARP Heinefall. You can check us out at heinefall.com. We have 9 events this year. It's super amazing, super fun. We have one coming up at the end of this month that we're at the River Forest Haven Campground. It's going to be Heinefall sort of a beach episode. So parties, the river, staying nice and cool in the Texas heat, and also still battling each other and fighting and all that craziness, just in a way to make sure that you don't overheat. We do also have coming up, newly announced on our social media, the Reverdy Ball. It will be a Night Fae themed Reverdy Ball hosted by our guild Noctum Caligo, who have 3 of the courts of the heritage courts of the Fae within the game. So if LARPing instead of the battling in the hot sun is not your idea of fun, don't worry. We also have ball gowns and dancing and quests and stuff like that. Sort of events too, so check it out. That one has a limited number of seats and the tickets are going, so if you want to come to a fantasy ball in Texas, get your tickets soon. I play Robin. She's super excited to have gotten this new estate and things like that and being back in her hometown, so she's ready to start laying down some rules and very excited for what we're going to do today. I'll pass it off to Ben.
Hi, my name is Ben Brainard. I'm playing Zito Barbera, the Path of the Knuckle Sandwich Barbarian. Got to end the war so I can go home. I was trying to think if there's anything else, but I think he's pretty one-track mind at this point. Real world Ben Brainard. I just released a comedy special, so if you guys want to go laugh and or cry, you can go check that out. It's on YouTube. It's called What a Mature Child, and it's on my YouTube page for free. It's been out for like 2.5 days now. 30,000 views so far. Pretty happy with that. So go watch that, and then when you're not watching that, you can watch Zito crash out. Shane.
Hi everyone, I'm Shane Whalley. It's nice to meet you. You can find me everywhere, my socials or anywhere as Shane Whalley. I play Sika, the College of the Road Bard, who's having a great time with bones. It's great, magnificent, and deadly. And a thing for me, finally, for once I have something. If anyone's interested in doing some work with me, fun work, you can go to my socials in my link in my bios and join my Sunrise Challenge happening next week, where we're bringing awareness with the Center of Addiction and Mental Health and helping bring more of a healthy realization and everything to to mental health and making sure that no one is left behind, and that people and medicine everywhere truly treats mental health as health. So we're doing a whole week of that, where people just get up every day at sunrise and go on a walk and share on your socials that you're doing it. And if you want to join me, I have a team that you can join. You don't need to donate or anything. I'm just saying this. But if you want to join my team, there's a button that says join Shane's team, and you can just do that. But I'd love for you guys to walk with me next week if you like. Other than that, I hope you enjoy Sika playing with bones. Today.
CB. Last but certainly not least.
What up, everybody? My name is Omega Jones, also known as CritBard across all social media channels. Pronouns are he and they. I play Kazarick, our lovable, precious, wobbling apothecary alchemist, which is a class and subclass by Mage Hand Press. Not sponsored, just love it. And if you want to know what the things I do come from, that's what that is. Kazarick is, I guess, in a house with people. And that's that, I guess.
Very strange for one of the Fune.
Yeah, it's like kind of weird, but it's whatever. But based on what has already happened here, he just needs to make it more like a home, I guess, in a way. But also just F-Def. So, yeah. So he's got to just get some little things done before he can start getting to work on his alchemations. That's not a word. Experiments. Yeah, that's him.
All right,
that's me.
Well, gang, first and foremost, I need everyone to roll a D100 for me.
Why? Also, no music?
Music's coming.
Oh.
I'm
so used to already being here. I'm like, wait, where's the music?
Oh, is it not in the group? Is it not in the
Nope.
No.
Bop. Heck. There you go.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Okay.
Got some low rolls so far.
I don't know. I don't know what we want to get when we get these, to be fair. So
generally higher is worse for my D100s.
That's rotted.
Right.
Six.
Very low.
Thank you for counteracting mine.
You got a 25,
Either 6
a 28,
or 600, depending on how you feel about the 00.
a 6 and a 96. Okay, interesting. Very excited.
If I turn my dice upside down.
Chat, do please go follow all of these amazing creators. You can find their hyperlinks in the chat if you scroll up a little bit there. Do go show love to all these amazing creators. So, the city rests. It is a stormy, rainy evening. Robin, as you set out, heading your way towards your old haunts where three roofs meet, go ahead and roll a perception check as you've got the hood up and you're kind of moving through the city streets and over various rooftops and kind of squeezing through various alleyways and navigating through the city streets that you grew up in.
It'll be 17.
17. Okay. There is some serious stir over this city getting rain again. As you will recall, this city used to always be covered in some level of torrential downpour, whether it be full-blown storms or just kind of an ongoing deluge. And then some years back, the monarch of the Stormfather's Church, Tempestos, mysteriously died. And that's when the skies broke. For the first time in recorded history, this region was sun-baked. Has been for years. The current High Monarch that replaced the old one drove a divide in the city over these healing crystals that had been popping up that the party already kind of knows about and maybe has a few of. Looking at you, Kazric. And so over the years, there's been this kind of pitting the city against itself in the name of, if you're using these crystals to magically heal yourself, the narrative has been that it's been against God's plan, you know, prolonging your life more than what is natural and stuff like that. And so there's been this kind of interesting dissonance that's been building up with the death in the absence of the Stormfather. Now those rains have returned, and the people of the city do not know how to react at all. There is some people in the streets just like praying, and as the rain's coming down on them, other people are just bickering with each other and making accusations, and old wounds and hurts are being drawn up. And there are some people you find as you're moving along, you see this one guy who's got all these pots out and collecting what he's going to sell later as holy rainwater.
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
But soon you find yourself tucked into that corner where three buildings meet, kind of out of the rain, and this kind of overcast on this overhang on the roof. And it's not long before some familiar faces start popping up out of the shadows and making their way out of the rain and huddling down, shivering and looking around, kind of excited that you're back. And soon you start learning a few things. But
okay.
how do you want to open your little meeting up on the roof?
Yeah.
With these
so
three kids?
I'll definitely have brought like provisions. Like it wouldn't have been uncommon that, you know, along the way I take a couple of things here and there. I took stuff from if there was anything salvageable at the place. So a couple of blankets, a couple of stuff like that, some foods, and in the dry area I'll have set it up. I'll take, you know, the big like satchel that I always have on me, I take out, and it's just full of supplies that I'm laying out, and I'll just greet people as they come in, and I'll be like, hey, get out of the rain, you know, here you go, dry off, and I'm throwing a blanket on them and getting food and everything. And then once everyone's there, I'll kind of like sit down and just be like, it's so amazing to see all of your faces again and to be back here. I'm sorry if my absence was gone a lot longer than I planned, but
It's okay, you're taller now.
so are you.
Yeah, it's been crazy. I can finally reach. I can get up here and be able to reach all the spots without any help.
You know, oh, what are we gonna do with all of those little ladders that we made?
You just have a collection of like various pieces of flotsam that you've like tied together and tucked them away in inconspicuous nooks and crannies of the city.
Mm-hmm.
These kids look like they've had a bit of a rough go. You can see a lot of them eagerly already kind of wrapping themselves in the blankets and stuffing down food or packing whatever, you know, isn't being immediately eaten out of the way and stuff like that. You don't get the vibe that they're worried about the usual things: pickpockets, gang members, you know, evil city guards, you know, stuff like that. There's not a normal fear.
Okay.
There's a lot of looking over their shoulders, and there's something here, but you're not able to pinpoint exactly what it is. Oddly, a lot of them are looking at like cracks in the walls and corners.
Oh no, I know what it is. I'm absolutely asking about the gang froth. Seeing them looking in the corners and things like that, she's definitely gonna pipe up a little bit and be like, so I know some stuff's changed. I know things are going around. I ran into the froth, they're calling themselves.
Yeah, they're
You guys doing okay?
the ooze people.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll just appear out of nowhere. They can squeeze in through the nooks and crannies. And they don't...
How many of them are there?
We don't know. There's a lot of them, though. More than
Okay.
you would... The more than the other gangs would have ever allowed if they had caught wind of a third gang moving in.
The other gangs don't know?
They do now.
Okay.
This gang has been breaking all the rules. They don't care about territory. They don't care about anything. They're just killing people. They're killing other gangs. They're killing seemingly at random. There's also been some strange deaths that they're taking credit for, but I don't think it's them.
What do you mean?
Not, shakes her head knowingly. Sometimes the froth attacks and there's a lot of bodies left over, but other times she kind of looks around again.
Really quickly.
Hmm.
Other gangs are taking credit, or the froth is taking credit?
The froth is taking
Froth.
credit. There's something down there in the steeps. The steeps being the kind of pit slum.
Mm-hmm.
There's something
What do you-
there's something new down there, and everyone's been having to find somewhere else to stay if they want to live. It's some kind of creature. As far one of the other kids pipes up. It's like a snake,
Like a snake.
but it does a very similar thing where it's moving in between nooks and crannies and
Oh, like a ooze snake.
no, like a snake slithering through the nooks and crannies, but it swallows people whole.
Hmm. Well, that's disturbing. I will say, in terms of having to find somewhere else to stay, I've just come into an estate up on the crest, those old ones up there. Yeah, and I'm working on some ideas. I have some ideas. And I know that there are some tunnels that I've heard of to help link things and stuff like that, and I'd love to make it a safe place for you all to come stay at and be safe and, you know, just have a place. Not for forever, but just for as long as you want.
These are skittish street kids. Roll a persuasion.
Okie dokie. Guidance. Well, I don't need the guidance. 24.
You've laid a lot of groundwork, made a lot of connections over the years. And to have one of them rise up so high through the ranks, it's a bit of a heady, lofty idea for them. It's a little too much for them to take in, but they keep congratulating you, you know, and it's not really sinking in for them that the entirety of what you're offering them.
Seeing it not really sink in. So for them, I want to be like, now it's not for free. I have jobs. I have jobs for you guys and a place to stay. I have flyers that I need passed out. I have stuff that I'll need picked up and traded and dropped off. I'll have other kids that need to be taken care of. So this is not a free handout, but it is a safer place for you guys to stay. It's a roof, there's food, and I have a plan to make it support itself, even if I'm not here.
Wow. You're like, you got it all figured out.
Yeah, I'm like an adult. It's great.
That's wild. There's a lot of wow.
Yeah. She's feeling really powerful, even though some of them are still like they be kids that she knew when they were here. You know, she's grown maybe like this much, but they like shot past her. She's still super short, but she's all like, ha ha.
Everyone's the same height. cowered and cuddling in the dark. Curled up in the dark is what I meant to say. After straightening out a few of the details and laying some of the groundwork, and giving directions, are we allowed to like tell others?
Yes, actually, that's the first thing that I was hoping you guys would do. And I reach into the like back panel of the satchel that I have, and I pull out all of those papers that Robin had been working on in previous scenes that are all of these flyers of Ashfall Haven, and come donate your things, we'll take it off your hands, all that sort of stuff. And just these flyers, I'll be like, I'd love for you to spread the word, and this is how. Obviously, maybe we wait till that stops, if that's gonna stop, or just make sure to hang them in dry places.
I remember the dry spots.
Okay, great.
Collecting up the various pamphlets and things, they get ready to head out. One of them comes up. Thanks again for the offer. This is kind of strange, but normally I wouldn't believe this kind of help. But we go back.
Yeah. I told you guys I'd get us out of here, at least as best as I could.
We've been keeping an eye on the memorial, making sure it stays clean.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right. I'll catch up with you later, okay?
Okay.
It's good to see you again, Robin.
Good to see you too.
The street kids scatter, spreading the word of the Ashfall Estates.
She'll leave a special flyer just there in the area, that's like lost, looking for help, need a way out of the situation you're in. Just call on Ashfall Haven. I have work for you. I have a place for you if you're willing to earn your keep. But it's like super sweet and everything. And I'm gonna post that up. And
as you kind of get up and kind of walk out of your spot and back out into the rain, you see two figures on the building across the street. One kind of crouched down and looking around, the other one kind of watching you. It's Coterie and Locke.
I'll go over to him. Like, what are you guys doing out here this late?
She wanted to see what you were doing.
What I was doing?
Cody goes, yeah, I've never been to a city this big. I've never been outside of Pardon.
You could have come on over. I'm not being secretive or nothing.
Looks at Locke. Kids get jumpy around new faces.
It's fair. It's a big city, though. New faces are everywhere. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Can I walk you home?
Sure, it'd be great.
Cody looks up and goes, I'm gonna keep looking around, but I'll catch up with you guys. Stay safe.
I'll give Cody a couple of my favorite spots to see the town from above, and then I'll also be like, it's your first time here, stay away from like these areas. So
I'll be careful. And she polymorphs into a bird and
oh, okay. Still surprises me, even though I can apparently do that now.
yeah, but it's different. This is Locke.
If you say so. It's all confusing to me.
The two of you have a chuckle as you
figuring
head
it
back
out,
to the
yeah.
estates. All right. Let's talk about the estates. As the party knows, it is a crescent of jagged mountains that House Fold built some estates, and the only reason they've gone unused all this time is because there's no room to park your dragons. It's a jagged collection of rocks, and no one's really wanted it all this time. It's been left in disrepair, and the party did manage to clean it out, and now is getting themselves comfortable with the new digs. What's everyone's go-to starter project when moving into a new house?
Bed.
Did you say bed?
Bed.
That's super fair.
Item number one
up
is
for everybody.
sleep good.
Sleep good. Wow.
Kazarick. Oh,
There we go.
Do we have a map of the estates?
I have a map of the city up. It's the one I sent 2 days ago. In the group.
yes,
chat.
in our Discord. Yeah.
It's pinned if you need to find it quickly.
Yeah.
Got it.
As kind of stated at the end of the last episode, and kind of get into it now. Kazarick is not afraid of death. That is something to be noted. He just wants to not necessarily mitigate it where like people can die, but like if people shouldn't have died yet, he will try to help with that. And if they are dead, he will try to honor their death. Which doesn't mean reviving them. Person. But with no understanding that we're coming into a space that was not ours and not ever intended to be, or I should say not Robin's and not ever intended to be because of the circumstances, aka the halflings here got brutally murdered. And knowing that their spirit is still around, that doesn't make him feel the best. But more importantly, if they're going to be here, then we just need to do what we can on our end to make their stay, metaphysical stay better. So people would see Kazarick kind of slowly, because there's no way he's going to get the entire thing right now, but kind of slowly starting to make, kind of inspecting the layout of this new estate. Again, this is such a foreign concept to him. As a member of the Fume, they're nomadic. They build up and they tear down and they leave. Sometimes they don't have shit at all, right? That's just the nature of where he comes from. So having the city life, this place to call a home, that feels really off. So he's going to have to unpack that later. But for now, as he's going around and looking, he's looking at small plots in the ground that seem to be less like stone-like or less able to be like dug and actually like tended to if something were to be planted. And you'll see him starting to lay out because he has a bunch of herbs. It just comes with the alchemist territory or the herbologist territory. You see him pulling out a bunch of things. You see him pull out sage to be the baseline of the alchemical or the almost the spiritual works that he's starting with. You see him pull out sage. You see him pull out eucalyptus, to more the eucalyptus that he had given to Ajito, to be the calming agent, just to keep the nature settled. You see him bring out rosemary, which is protection. You see him pull out lavender, which some say can be a physical manifestation of the weave. Some say it's one of the flowers that are very potent with magic itself. It might not be, but who knows? He brings out a couple of bay leaves, as they are a natural metaphor for mirroring negativity, getting it out and bringing in positive aspects. And salt, literally just salt. While salt is typically said to keep spirits out, in this case he's letting them stay in because this is their home, so he wants them to not be forced out, but also keep everything that shouldn't be in out. And he's just kind of making this natural hollow around the estate using what he can with the reagents and things that he has. Again, not necessarily trying to be a druid, but there is a level of he understands that side of things, and he wants to do what he can. He is not a magic user, but he does understand that nature cares for what nature needs to care about. So that's how he wants to just kind of consecrate this area, make it at least feel more homey for him too, because this is things that the Fune does. They sat down and then they protect their area. So if this is going to be a new area for him to call a home, then he's going to treat it like such.
Okay. Yeah, well placed. Once you have this kind of set up and established, as much as you have plenty of reasons and experiences to prove the opposite, you begin to feel a peace.
I think he just gets the understanding that this is somewhat okay. Even if it feels wrong, it's technically exactly what it needs to be. And he'll accept that. He's still going to make his own living quarters be as comfortable as possible. There's going to be a lot of grass in there, y'all. There's going to be a lot of grass in there. But I think this is a good start. And he'll accept that. And that's pretty much what he does for the rest of the time until morning comes.
Okay.
I mean, obviously he's going to sleep, but yeah.
Zito, what, if any, changes do you make to the estates as you kind of move into the space?
I mean, I don't think I would make any change. I have some ideas for like rooms.
Okay.
One bedroom.
Okay, very good.
Need
Takes you a while,
bedroom.
but I was gonna say you tidy and scour one of the rooms that you deem to be bedroom.
Oh, I would also be cleaning the whole place, the whole thing. Right after I finish like my little spots, Zito without headphones in, but just like that would be the image of like one push broom very quietly, just and he just all day, every day until whole place is spotless. A bedroom. I need the kitchen to be in order.
Sure.
I need a workout room. I need a gym.
Fair enough.
And then I need a war room.
Okay.
I need a big old map.
Yeah.
And I need spots on it, and I need little flags, and I need little like rocks that have been whittled into shapes for stuff.
You are in the process of cleaning out the kitchen. Sika, you step in, you've got some of your stuff, you're moving into the area, you're kind of making yourself cozy, you're reeling from having just fixed the mountain of skeletons that you found in the basement. Still reeling from like clearing that up and like tucking all that away so it's not immediately visible. And you're coming in and you look over and you can see Zito has just been trailblazing through the place, and all in his wake is a tidy and orderliness. But you notice something kind of funny. He's in the kitchen and he's just finished up stacking some plates, checking them out, making sure they're clean and putting them on the side. And as he's putting these plates up and turns to go like move something else, you watch as the plates get put back down onto the counter in the stack they were in. And Zito, you get your cup and you go to put it, and the plates are gone. And you look and it's back where they were.
Have I noticed that Sika has entered the room?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna turn real slow and stare at Sika. Just. Did you want to help?
No. But it looks like you have help already. He's like stifling a laugh.
Put the cup in. Put the plates back in.
Nothing happens.
Back and forth between the plates and Sika.
You look at
He
him.
puts his hands in his pockets.
You look at Sika. You look at the plates. You look at Sika. The cup's gone.
God damn it!
Stick is gonna play a trick and cast
Birds
Retrieve on the cup.
Take off
On a plate.
Robin's.
Stick is gonna play a trick and subtly cast Retrieve on one of the plates.
Retrieve.
Retrieve?
Anything that Retrieve is a cantrip. Anything that is an object within range that isn't being worn or carried flies to my open hand, and it can't weigh more than 10 pounds.
You said one of the plates?
Yeah.
You go, God damn it! And you look.
As you go to cast that, the ring glows. And I'm just standing behind you. I don't hit you, but I do just like hand on your head.
Oh no!
Just a looming silhouette with two red eyes.
Sika takes a second, just like remembers this ring. He's like, I'm just helping. And he walks up to the thing. He's like, it's going inside.
Sometimes it seems that you folk forget I am a mage breaker.
It's so intimidating.
Thank you for your help in the kitchen, Sika.
He's like, welcome.
Zito, you get back to your room and your shoelaces on your second pair of boots have been tied together. And
Like
this
boot to
kind
boot?
of like boot to boot. This kind of tomfoolery begins to haunt you. It's never to the point where you are directly involved. Like, it's never like a trip. You know what I mean? You're never tripped up. You're never, nothing ever falls on you or anything like that. It feels very, trickster, harmless, almost, whimsical. But it's just you that this is happening to.
Your bed is never going to be made, ever. You're going to make it, walk away, and it's going to be disheveled.
At one point, the sheets are still on the bed, but upside down. With the inseam.
Oh, that
on
would
the
piss
out.
me off. Oh, that right there would be the end. Like, just destroy the bed. Don't undo everything in a silly way.
This goes on.
Have I... Like, it's definitely not Robin.
Oh my god.
Like, I need to know, has this gone on long
if
enough?
Robin catches on, it will also start to be
I would
Robin.
say that at this point with the shoes and the bed sheets, you go looking for Robin, and you quickly find out from Helivethea that she left hours ago.
What about Locke?
Locke also with Robin and Cody. coterie.
And Cody.
Elvithea has her feet up on the balcony overlooking the nighttime city, a wall of rain and shimmering lights outside as she turns the page in her book by candlelight. She looks up to you, bemused.
No.
No?
No. Nope. No. You need to come with me.
Okay. Closes the book, gets up.
I'm gonna go find Kazric as well.
Currently outside, planting some
Just farming in the rain.
You hear the yell before you heard.
Listen, all weather tribe. That's not affected.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You'd hear the yell before you saw it. Kazric!
I'm all that. Maybe we'll just finish up.
By the time you finish up what you're doing, you look and there's just a looming figure coming towards you in the rain. Just the Goliath. Just.
I need you to come with me.
What's happening?
I don't know.
Okay. One moment. And he will like finish patting down the area that he just planted, knowing that the rain's gonna naturally wet it.
Sure.
That's not what I mean to say. That's what do you water the plants, not wet the plants. We got there. And we will follow. Sees Elvithea. What's going on?
I'm not completely sure.
Oh, okay.
I gotta go find Sika now too.
Okay.
What's
Sika, I
Sika?
need you to come with me.
Okay.
So Sika is trying to find a room that may have like secret rooms in it.
Okay, so
And
before we
I'm saying that's what he would be doing.
yeah, roll an
yeah.
investigation as you kind of are going throughout the various buildings, kind of checking nooks and crannies, moving books, checking the sconces to see if they like slide down to find any hidden passages.
Okay. $21.
21.
Yeah.
You do find another passage. Zito, you come into the room and go, Sika, I need you to come with me. Just as Sika goes, ha! Rotate. And you kind of move this one kind of not a statue, but like a little
Bust?
stone. Yeah, like a bust, a bookend of this cat. And the desk, where the feet go under the desk, the floor gives way.
Love it.
And you can see into this little bolt hole of a room covered in lead, encased with various runes. Looks like a halfling or a child might be able to easily just quickly scoot down under the desk and close up this tiny little bolt hole of a room.
You need me? What?
I need you to come with me. You can go back to your weird secrets later. I can't even fit in that room, so it's not even like I'm doing anything with it.
So you're saying if I jumped in there right now, you couldn't follow me?
I don't know if you could fit. I don't know if Robin could fit.
I could. Technically.
Sika, although my body might not be able to follow you in there, my rage will follow you until the ends of the earth. Now, please, come with me.
Oh, he said please, I'll come. He said please, he's so manners. Okay.
Kazir kind of like just pokes his head in for a moment before looking back. Yeah, no, he didn't really say what it's for. I think we probably need to blow something up.
Stepping back into the main room, Robin, you've just come home. Also, you're muted, but
Yeah.
you've just come home as well.
Sweet.
Soaking wet, just getting all the rain
Awesome.
off.
Yeah, I should probably just step into, main area, whatever we've determined main area, and she's definitely going to the kitchen for food because she just got back from giving food, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I didn't eat."
You're in the kitchen
Taking
and
over
the
the-
entire entourage enters in from your periphery with Zito in the lead doing a stomp.
Good,
she's
you're
like
here.
found really old wine. She's like,
Oh.
I'll talk about that later. Get in line. And I'm gonna have them all line up just in
This
the
is really
middle of
gross.
the room.
Okay.
What is happening?
I'm gonna stand by the pantry. I'm gonna stare at all of them.
Okay.
Put a mug in the cupboard, and then I'm gonna continue staring at them.
Nothing happens.
What is happening?
I'm
"Oh,
gonna turn-
good job! You put dishes away."
Lock in the
What?
back just goes, whoa!
I'm gonna turn back to the mug, turn back to the group.
You know more could happen if you like let us know what's going on.
There is
I can't let them know.
There is a knock at the door.
Get it. Robin is done with whatever this weirdness
Robin,
is.
turn
She
around,
gets up.
move
She
like-
takes her wine.
Yeah, moves like 30 feet through the building, and you open the door.
Hello.
An umbrella is closed as a well-dressed mid-40s gentleman, bald, tattoos on the knuckles, vest, kind of well-to-do, bit of a bow tie, got the stopwatch, comes in, shakes off the umbrella. Well, good evening.
Hi.
Holds
Good,
up
good,
the
good evening.
holds up the letter. I've got your letter.
Oh,
Apologies,
Hugh-
I'm Hewitch.
Hewitch. Wonderful
spell that?
to meet you. I am Robin.
Oh no, we have that. Hewitch. Yeah, Hewitch. He's the
He's the
guy.
old butler. The
Yeah.
old butler of the estates.
He
Yep.
looks around the place.
I'll look over to Hewitch, and then I'm gonna look back at the cupboard. Is the mug still?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no. I'm like, hi, come on in. We have
Thank
gathered
you.
everybody in the kitchen, surprisingly enough, so perfect timing.
Oh, it's like you knew I was coming. And he steps out in
I'm
front of
glad
everybody.
you did.
Well, hello everyone. Takes a 1 foot back and a long bow before coming back up. It is so good to be here once again. I'm sure we will all be best of friends quite soon. For now, I have to go take care of a few things. Thank you so much for bringing me
What
back.
exactly do you have to take care of?
There are various traps all throughout the place.
You don't say.
Oh, we already had disabled all of those. I mean,
Not
double
all of
check,
them.
obviously.
Well, color me impressed. And then whips his head around and begins inspecting the house.
He's going. Casually, you see the guy, not really caring about that for a moment. Looks back to Zito and like goes into his herb bag and pulls out what seems to be a very flat leaf, almost more horizontal. You should chew this. It's gonna help with like memory circulation. Something. I want you to be okay, and you're confusing me. This helps with confusion.
I'll take the leaf and I'll just bite all of it off of the stem. And then I'm going to lean down and go, they're still in here, Kasric. And they don't want me to be happy.
They're just gonna like high five a random piece of air, hoping it's one of the ghosts.
As Zito turns away from Kazric and Sika, and I believe Robin, you guys catch the briefest glimpse of a Whibble.
Quibble. Quibble.
Wait, we've met Quibbles, haven't we?
Yeah,
Mhm.
the
The
little
tiny
tiny
little-
creatures that
Yeah.
said, we don't own anything, we own nothing, we don't do the concept of ownership.
From like episode 3.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Way
Oh.
back.
Those the little mushroom?
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, met him in the
see
forest.
one of them just holding onto the back of Zito's collar as he turns around. You watch as the Whibble pops down onto the table and starts bolting. No noise at all. Starts bolting for the mug. And Zito, you catch it. You catch it this time. And you reach out and you're able to grab him.
You.
Oh, hello there. It's so nice to meet you once again. I was just having a look-see around. I hope it's okay. Again,
gonna
it's
lift
just
him
this big mushroom
he's
cap
like-
and his nose is kind of sticking out and he's got suspenders.
I'm gonna
Oh, he has
lift him so
suspenders?
he's just
Little
like
curly wooden shoes.
eye
We
level.
did say we'd get the mushroom people home.
Why?
When? Scampers away.
Take a
we've got
Lisa
the
room.
who. Clop, clop, clop,
Robin?
clop, clop, clop.
Yes, Zito?
If you care about the tiny creatures,
Uh-huh.
you will convince them to stop fucking with me.
Sir, yes, sir.
You would really make it with my tribe. That's kind of part of keeping us on our toes.
Would I not make it, or would your tribe not make it?
Oh no, you wouldn't make it. You don't want to fuck with the tribe.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Sorry,
Robin
just-
pulls out popcorn with her wine.
It's good. That's the reason we don't really get around with everybody else.
Cody
we kind of
steals some popcorn.
keep to our own selves, but yeah. Do you really want to walk into a cave system and not even a cave? You just walk into a place and there's like hundreds of goblins ready to just pounce on you. And we will.
I've done it with elves.
We're not elves. We're goblins.
Mm.
I'm not
Those
saying we
elves
would,
are also
but-
no longer elves.
Oh, well. Skill issue.
Quite.
Anyway, yeah, he just looks at Robin. We don't need Angry Zito, so if you can like tell Quibble to not.
Yeah, I will I will make a space for them and request that they do not do this to them.
For the next like 45 minutes, Zito doesn't speak. He just slowly and quietly sweeps one of the hallways.
Cricket.
Robin will go find like the greenhouse-ish area of the estate, because she does want a greenhouse to go along with it to grow more of the dandelions and try to harvest like golden dandelions. And she'll add to her original design of this greenhouse. She'll add a back corner section that has kind of like a big skylight for the moon to come through. And she'll make like a nice mossy circle for like mushrooms and things like that. And she'll make it a ritual to leave out like milk and honey and things like that for the Fae. Along with the offering, she will write a small request of, please don't annoy Zito. I don't think the walls can handle the punches.
aggressively making the gym a thing. Filling sand into a bag and hanging the bag and beating the bag. Oh man. Excellent. So
Is there a okay, this is gonna sound like a weird question. I typically, the room that has like the chimney is like the study or the living room. Is there any other room that has something similar, a way to vent?
yeah.
Because Hazrick is going to, he was thinking the basement, but if not the basement, maybe even like the shed or something, but he needs a space for the experimenting, and that and he needs a place that's going to be safe, more importantly for everyone else. There's going to be a lot of chemicals mixing, so don't want that just wafting around. So a place that can be venting.
The second story of the tower would be perfect for what you're looking for.
Okay.
Windows on all sides, wind passes through easily, and can be closed up if needed, but a lot of open space, a little farther away from other people, enough room for various tables and the like, as well as hanging your various experiments along the walls of the first floor, and the nearby green room as well. Taylor.
After, like, when there's time, I don't, wherever it matches and what everyone's doing, make the thing to help Zito not get annoyed by mushroom. But Robin wants to go around with like a map, and she wants to start marking some of the different secret entrances to like the tunnels, and mapping some of the tunnels and things that she got told a little bit. Marin told her a little bit about it and like where some of the entrances are. So I want to mark some of the entrances, and then I want to like bring it to Hewitt and be like, hey
baby.
So I talked to Marin, and I know that he told me a little bit about some of the, the bit more, darky under things. I have this. I'm going to show him the map. I'm glad I've been able to find these. And I just want to know how much you were involved, maybe in like this side of it, and anything else that I can glean your information for.
I never concerned myself with Lord Marin's business, but I was known to clean a few things up every now and then.
Okay.
And maybe escort a few people back to their various other estates if need be.
Okay.
Those stairs can be a killer if you're not careful.
It's fair.
Let's see. From what I can see here, you've got the majority of it figured out, and he's gonna expound upon what you've already what you've already discovered, and now you can get connected to all of the buildings through these underground passages. You also find a few more rooms, a few more bolt holes, not really anything more useful, but you do find a couple of different ways to get out of the mountains. One of them has you guys popping out. If you look at the map in the northern part of the crescent, you'll see a waterfall that feeds into the rich district. Sorry, let me pull up the
Cloud District?
digital notes. Oh God, do you get to the Cloud District very often? What am I saying? Of course you don't. Wow, unlocked that from my brain. The Fellhue Lake, the estates of the Whistling aristocracy. You also find from said underground passage, you can see the statue that's in the northeastern part of the estates, kind of overlooking the ocean. It turns out the statue is hollowed out, and you can crawl up into it from these underground passages. And you can't even get out from out there, but you can like peek around through various holes within the statue. And finally, if you see the yellow barracks at the southern end, outside the walls, that's kind of up against the
Number 7 with the dragon.
new. If we are looking at the crescent, which I believe is number 3, the Ashfall Estates, south of that, outside the walls, is a little yellow rectangular building. After walking around with Hewitt, he brings you down to a false wall that you're looking at. You're looking at the mechanics and all of it from the inside. He points to he indicates for silence, points at the wall, and goes, "There's a way into the barracks from here, but they don't know that. But it's outside the wall, if you ever need to sneak out."
Great, thank you very much.
Let's head on back up.
Okay.
Sika,
Hi.
now that you've kind of picked, you've snooped around a bit and, kind of gotten a feel for the place, what kind of changes are you making?
So, okay, this may be a list.
Okay.
So Sika's looking for rooms that have hidden rooms inside because he needs to do, it's kind of like experiments, but it's more arcane. And he wants it to be more of a secluded area, whether it's underground or away from the house. I don't know what would be available. But he also wants to, I'm imagining as a room that then have like a false wall or a way to access something secretively in the same similar area where he can put his travel logs, the arcanes he's learned, the now religious influences that are coming in, but also where he goes to practice and try to create magic. And so what he is looking for is that's why the other he went down to the lower levels to see if anything led out that way. But that's why he's looking for something in his most forward thought. But he would definitely want to add a water feature to the house that has access, if you could breathe underwater, for example, and to go from them to other places. That is something that he would be like.
From them to other places, you're looking for
So like
sub-water passages?
Yeah.
Got you. You'll have to construct that. It is possible, as there is like a spring system that the waterfall feeds from, a natural spring.
Absolutely.
But it will take some time to figure out the piping for something like that.
For sure. It's something that he was trying to think of, like working with his like molding the earth capabilities. If he has to, that's why he was thinking if he was in the ground, he can like terraform.
You can imprint on stone, but you may not move it. You can move dirt with mold earth.
Right, but you can't do something. Got it. Okay.
Right.
But yeah, it's just he has a plan, and now that he has a place that he can settle down in for the time being, considering as part of his family traits not really having that stable home, will allow him to be able to experiment in what he's been learning a lot more. And because there's now people nearby that he greatly cares about, he doesn't want them to possibly be harmed. And then he also will be trying to, oh God, what's the word? What is it I was looking for? It's right there.
What was the
it's
word?
something to do with it's to do with like
sometimes that
entertaining people. It's to do with yes, because of the bardic type things and doing stuff that he does in taverns, he wants to be able to bring select people to entertain himself. Yeah.
Okay. In a little bit later, Hewitt appears before Robin. Well, Countess, I hope you've talked to everybody and know what you'll turn in the primary building for? Get some money flow going.
I haven't really spoken to everybody just yet. I wanted to make sure everybody had their rooms and the things that they needed and stuff.
And what did you do for you when you moved in and you settled in?
Oh, well, I made the greenhouse for one, for me to plant my dandelions and for the mushroom people to have a place. And then I cleared out one of the smaller, I think it was a chicken coop or something at one point, but now that's Darko's den. So he's got a place to go. Oh, I don't know if you've met Darko, and she'll like summon Darko. It's just a little dog house.
Well, hello. Puts on oven mitts.
So that he'll have a place to go. And then I noticed that there was a pond. And so I have a little creature, a little crab, I call him Rusty. I put him in there so that he can eat up all the scrap metal and things like that that are around the place. And then, I have my chambers and stuff, but I've got some other ideas.
Alrighty. Well, it is my job to help run all of this for you. Again, I cannot thank you enough for bringing me back.
The idea for now is we're taking things that the families, the higher up families of Cairn don't want, selling it and using that money to help better those with less fortune and things like that. But then also, maybe using the tunnels to sell some of the things that maybe we didn't come across willingly given.
I like it. Let me know how I can help. I will be your quartermaster.
Oh, thank you, Hewich. I do have one other idea of something that I want to set up here soon, and she's just gonna lean up and she's gonna whisper in his ear, and I sent you a private message on Zoom.
Of course, dear. I will see what I can do. He's got to pop up with a bit more pep in his step. He's been given a mission, and that seems to be breathing some life into him. But he does pause. He goes, how did Lord Marin look when you saw him last?
How did he look? He looked fine, right? Like he was.
Yeah, he was imprisoned, but in luxury.
But nice, yeah. He looked just fine. He's locked up and stuff, but he's got everything that he needs. He didn't seem upset about me taking over this place, and seemed like he's just kind of there, I guess.
Well, that's all right. Sorry,
That's a bingo. We need a bingo for that. It happens more often than not.
It's happening more and more. I've done nothing to that. I'm about to unplug it. I never use it.
Alexa sound.
He goes,
Alexa notification.
He goes, I'm glad to hear that. It could have been so much worse.
Yeah, we kind of saw a bit of the worst.
I was there when they stormed this place.
Really?
It was intense.
Well, I'm glad you made it out okay.
Oh, I was never in any danger. I'm just the staff.
I see.
I
don't know, collateral damage and all that.
There was a lot of that. Okay, everyone gets their long rest.
Robin would probably tell people over dinner or breakfast whenever the group is next all together.
Let us go to morning then. The storm abating slightly. See it? Oh, you're muted.
Can we do our first break?
Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Everyone enjoy these promo videos of Heinefall. 10 out of 10 will be going again.
Yay! No.
Oh, 2, 1.
All right. So, let me turn the music down a smidge. Okay. The next day arrives, and a lot of the preparations that the party has discussed and cooked up start taking effect. The party is able to draw up. They find that they successfully are able to draw upon the coffers of Lord Braylor, but at one point, Hewich comes up and goes, "Lady Countess."
Yes.
Steps into the room. We need you to head down to the market district and sign for a few things.
Okay.
And kind of
Sure.
leans over and shows you the paperwork and how it works, and it's just some official documentation needed so that the money flow is getting properly locked in, and everything is crossing T's, dotting I's. And you just need to go down there and prove you exist, essentially.
Sure, I can do that. Okay, I'll be back, I guess. And
Writes down some directions that you don't need. You don't need.
Thank you so much.
as
I
well as a
still
few other
appreciate
things.
it anyways.
You also have your letters of introduction and such from Lord Braylor if needed.
Cool, great.
Kazric. Start getting everything set up. You start getting some tables. You start doing some more experiments as time moves on.
But that's a warning. There's a lot of banging happening in the second story of this tower. You can tell that they're setting up their full, not full, but they typically always had a travel variant of their alchemy supplies. All of their burners and all those things. But now they actually have space to sit. It is weird still, but he's taking it for what it can be. But there has to be a lot of construction to make sure there's enough tables up and all that stuff. And again, Kazic's stronger than he looks. And ding ding ding, boom! Don't worry about it. Just getting all that before sitting on the floor, tired. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. You absent-mindedly note Coterie just picking up random shit and feeding it to Reggie to see the different colors and explosions every now and then. Just sometimes a penny, sometimes just a rock, balled up piece of paper. It's giving throw things into the fire to watch it burn energy.
Reggie's happy.
You make a lot of you lay a ton of groundwork.
Mm-hmm.
You do know that you are able to, if you want to, hire on staff. I think of everyone here, the question of would you do that? To use terrible grammar. My apologies.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you meant by it. I should leave it to this. As Coterie is throwing things into this fire, into the fire, Reggie's the fire, into Reggie, the garbage disposal that he is. And he's probably currently putting on the last leg of a table. And he doesn't act wait, do we get to pull something out that we have not had a chance to pull out and like ever with this character? Yes, because he has sovereign glue.
Okay.
I'm about to say he's like hammering these. Well, I was gonna be like he's like hammering nails in and stuff. It's like, no, he's not. It's like wood glue to him. Oh, so it's like, oh yeah.
You
So
just
he's
start
like
permanently affixing things.
yes,
to
very
the
that like
walls and-
putting shelves to the walls and stuff like that. And listen, when it needs to come down, it's just like anybody who rents an apartment. He has the universal solvent, and then he gets to take it down.
A dragon could shoulder check this mountain, and the mountain goes down, but within the rubble, a perfectly formed tower remains as you just start coating every little bit with this. Oh god, the sovereign glue.
Actually, you know, that's a joke, but that's probably what I lied. He's not doing table. He probably is literally filling in any like nook and cranny and thing like that with the glue, because it would mechanically be the best structure in the space, because it can't be. Oh, that's effed. Either way, as he's doing this, got like he already has a bib on, but he has thrown on like a random sheet that he found, and he's like ripped off the top to make like a makeshift bib for any of the glue, just in case it drops down. But as he's like painting some of this on, looks at Cody. Hey, question.
Yeah.
Oh. So it seems like, you know, there's gonna be a lot of people here or something.
Yeah, sounds like it might be just. If I had to guess, I'd say about 100, maybe a little over. Not including. That's just including staff. It's gonna be busy.
The Fune is busy, so that doesn't bother me really.
You keep saying that. What is that?
What, being bothered?
A fune. What's a fune?
Oh,
I tried to look it up and I couldn't find it.
Oh, we're out. Well, I guess we kind of keep to ourselves, so people really wouldn't be able to write about us. And if they knew about us, they're probably dead. So, not that like we like are secretive or anything, but we just by my home, my family, we
Oh, it's a people.
as a tribe.
That's cool.
That's other tribes, but I don't know where it comes from. To be fair, maybe I do, but the DM didn't tell me.
I'm gonna write down that Cody starts trying to research the origin of the Fune name.
Yeah, we just kind of what's the word? Radical self-sustainment, I guess. We don't depend on anything but nature and ourselves. And we can get things done together because the tribe is always one.
That makes a lot of good sense.
Yeah, it's actually kind of weird that I'm out here. It's actually really weird that someone else is here too, so I need to check in on that.
Someone else is here?
Yeah, someone, they said there was a goblin. No, someone said there was a goblin from my tribe.
Oh.
And we don't really leave. We never really need to leave. So if you've left, you've either been like exiled or there's another reason.
Or you've been sent.
Or you've been sent, which is weird. I don't know why anyone's over here. Either way, because there's gonna be a lot of people, I guess I should have people too.
Yeah, all right.
Like.
I thought you'd never ask. Cracks Knuckles and starts.
Wait, no, not
claiming one of the desks for themselves.
This is gonna be so bad, but again, Tism. No, not you.
Oh.
But I guess you can, if you want. I mean, there was a cat.
I'm not good at puppy eyes.
I don't know what those
I would
are.
love to learn alchemy.
Oh, yeah, I can teach you. That's easy. But it's not really easy at all. You might suffer. But...
Just yes.
You see, Reggie starts and like fly around her, super excited to have a buddy. No, there's a cat. He's kind of weird, but he makes bombs apparently. So I guess it wouldn't hurt to like ask him for help, or I don't really need his help, but like to support, assist.
Yeah, and I will do my best to figure out your methods.
There's not really there is a method. Just my main method is try. You see him
I can do
like
that.
take. No, he does not do that. I had to really think about that. He takes like a random wood chip on the ground and he just like starts biting into it.
Oh,
Just sometimes you don't really know what things do until you try it, you taste it, you put it into effect. Oh no.
she's got to make a real big life choice right now.
Oh no.
Do I have to eat the stuff?
No, sometimes.
Let me
Not
think
all the
about
time.
it. Let me
Sometimes
think
you
about
just, you know, just
let me
Oh, okay.
let me think about it.
no, it's,
You can see
if
the
you don't want
war
to eat it, if you're
in her mind, the need for the knowledge and the power of alchemy versus this. Kazric really does eat a lot of stuff.
I would force something upon you. If you don't want to eat something, I'll do it. I'm pretty hardy. Not much really gets to me.
Cool. Big smile. Goes for the handshake.
Does he handshake? Do the fiend handshake? Maybe. I'll think about that. For now, he responds, but I don't know if he actually does. We might wreck on it. Think about that for a
Ambiguous
second.
maybe handshake occurs.
I don't know. I was just getting like a very specific image. Not to nerd out for a second. Final Fantasy X, doing the blitzball symbol or the Yevon prayer. Yeah. So it's like I was like, does he do a thing or does he actually handshake? I don't know. I was like, I think I'm gonna think on that. So
Hell
that's
yeah.
all.
Hell yeah.
Oh, and to say, Jessica, I want to catch. If the Robin sequence, I would like to catch Robin before she goes because he would like to go with.
Okay, yeah. You want to go look for Robin?
Yeah, he'll
Robin,
finish.
What you doing?
Before I come in and get the message to leave, she's probably just like cleaning up a couple of different places, and she's probably gone to like the main building, and she's taking like some measurements and ideas. She doesn't know if when she goes to wherever she's going, she has to declare what she's doing with the property. So she's kind of just trying to get like schematics and ideas and a more solid plan before she goes signs whatever it says she has to sign.
So, you're of the aristocracy now. You go do that whenever you want to go do that.
Okay.
You're on your own time now. You're on aristocracy time.
Got it.
And the traveling there and the signing itself shouldn't take too long. It's not gonna.
Oh,
be a huge
gotcha.
thing.
Okay,
But
cool.
the traveling into the city, I want to kind of experience
Wait.
that tonight at some point.
I didn't know if she was going in to do like taxes and is like, my home office is this many square feet. Cool. Yeah, she's probably just in there getting ready a little bit before heading out.
Kazric, you snoop into the main room.
Oh, so just to say out loud, I'm totally fine with like at the end of the conversation that Robin had that Kazric finds her as before she's leaving.
Yeah.
Type of thing. It doesn't have to be like a big moment before that, but he just wanted to be able to go into town with her. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say as an end note of the scene, Cody, who already has some knowledge through the coven of how things work, as well as the knowledge on the crystals, it becomes clear over the time that the two of you start putting your heads together, studying the book, that the primary thing to move forward in your discoveries and in your ambitions is to find a new crystal, one that has not been tapped at all, or no energy has been stored into it at all, because then all the energy that's put in it already yours. You can just easily move back and forth instead of having to overcome a great store of energy, because who knows how long that'll take with the other two crystals, the tier 1 and the tier 2 that you have on you.
I think that was starting to be his next conclusion, and talking with Coterie kind of finalizes that. But doesn't mean we have another one. We have 2 different variables to play with, especially at different levels. So this is good. We just gotta find a new one.
Well, the only people who know where to find new ones is either the insanely wealthy or the criminals.
Okay, maybe if we can find one, maybe from a.
We have a lot of connections to both, it seems.
Oh, yeah, we figured out.
Yeah. All right. Hail hydrate. Thank you, chat.
I just ran out. No, I'll take that to go get some to drink, because 2 other people haven't gone yet.
Zito. Oh, first of all, Sika, you are figuring out a way to. You probably got Kazer's help. You have to disintegrate all of these corpses, all of these bones. You have to use like chemicals and acids just to flush out these lower tunnels. But you also learn of the various access points. You leaving through the waterfall, leaving through outside the gates. There's a tunnel to get out there directly, stuff like that. But you spend a lot of time figuring out exactly how to not, kill yourself with fumes, and also get some of that going. Zito. You're at your wit's end. You're sitting there in your bed, and it feels like you're ready to break. Because you're looking at these shoes, and they're not even tied together at this point. They're just gnarled and knotted together in a state of disrepair. And it's at this point where you realize you actually might lose it. You have that knowledge. You're getting to that point when one of the Whibbles pops up nervously. Starts looking at you. It's again just you can kind of see the eyes under this mushroom cap. It's this little portly man, with little trousers and the suspenders, the little wooden shoes, the curly bits, and he looks really nervous. As he kind of steps into view, kind of wringing his hands. Are you mad?
Yes.
Does a little cartwheel.
Will the cartwheel fix my boots?
You don't like it?
No.
What do we gotta do to it?
You need to undo everything you've done to them.
There's a whistle. A couple of other ones pop out, and they all start kind of just gathering around the shoes. You get the sense that these Whibbles have an alien mind to you. The one thing you know about them is that the concept of owning a thing is foreign to them. Like having a house or owning shoes. but they do wear shoes. So there's a disconnect here that doesn't make any sense to you. And the ongoing interactions just keep throwing you for a loop. Just keep throwing you for a loop. A really tiny one appears next to you. You haven't seen this one. And kind of looks up at you and goes, if you're holding the anger, wouldn't the anger be holding you back? Does a little cartwheel.
There have been times where I have let go of the anger. And now entire clans no longer live.
The Quibbles all kind of fall still for a second. The littlest one that's on like your knee now just kind of scooches away. Your boots are quickly taken and disappear under the bed with the Quibbles. You're a massive being, so you have to like to look all the way under the bed, and they're just not there. Neither are the boots. You sit there, slowly tunneling, as the sounds of tiny creaks and shiftings move throughout the room as if they were scrounging for things that they can use as tools.
I'm gonna wait exactly 60 seconds. And they don't come out.
The 60-second mark passes. All has fallen silent.
For your own safety and the safety of everyone else in this place, I will be leaving now. If I return and my boots are not back, and any of my other shit is fucked with, you will be leaving here. And it will no longer be up to you to decide if you want to. And then I'm just gonna get up.
Okay.
Very tense, very quiet, and very deliberately walk out the front door. I gotta look at the map real quick.
you're just out. You just headed to town.
Okay. Can I see the barracks?
Which ones? The ones out in the ocean or the ones in the south?
I guess it'd be the south. You said is it yellow or the green one? That's
the yellow and green one are small bases in comparison to the one we're at the southern gate. That's the big one, and that's
okay.
The one that's connected
that's the one we were
to
at
the
already.
That's the one that's connected to the industrial district.
Okay.
Industrial district.
I'm going to walk to that one.
Okay. As you are getting ready to head out, there's a if you have a moment, it's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Hands you a health potion and walks away. Bit of a wave.
Continues to walk.
Okay. All right. You begin moving down the long stairs. Sika, anything else you're doing with your morning as you kind of wrap up the disintegration?
Has a room that I spoke of been found for Sika, or is that needing to be built?
It will need to. Well. So you can take one of the rooms in, you know, where you are kind of residing, and just seal it off. But that's gonna take time. If you want to excavate a whole new room under one of these rooms, you can. I would recommend just fortifying a room that already exists. But the water trick
will take time.
It's gonna take time, yeah.
Of course. Okay. It's just because like he wants to get started on a few things, and that's why. So if he had a room, if it was one that's already like maybe at the lowest into the mountain as possible, that
you can find a cave that will suffice for now, but it's cramped, and you can definitely feel like you wouldn't want to stay here. It feels like that someone could have come around the corner. You know what I mean? You can't see too far.
All right. So there's no like. Other than the wine cellar, there was no like other rooms that may have been inside of the mountain. Okay. All right, so he's just gonna find a more secluded place, that he can have a room that's already built, and hope to eventually, get a room that he's looking for. But in the meantime, he is going to, which he would have done yesterday as well, start putting his own traps inside his room.
Okay.
I can write them out to you and send them to you so you have them in case they ever trigger, but they will be symbol based.
Nice.
And because they never end. So there would be should be at least 2 symbols already created inside of the room that he has found. And in one of the areas, he is going to start. To other people, it would just look like someone who's being very orderly in how they're arranging stuff. But he's trying to mentally imagine the future room that he's going to have so that it can just be placed and gone. So he's going to be placing some stuff from outside of it, from the bag of holding that he doesn't need to carry anymore, such as the rock. And he's going to be placing that on one side of the area. He's going to, and then he's going to also like kind of like take a second and like sit on a bed that's in the room and just appreciate the silence, but also a place that is his and that he can breathe in and feel safe. And so it may make him a little bit emotional because of how long he has been traveling and not having a place that he can just breathe in. So his morning would be a very self-reflecting one as he goes through thinking about everything that he's done since meeting the party, but also things leading up to what met the party. And he remembers Rampant. And he wants to get in touch with him right away and try and find him. So that is what he would do once he takes a second to collect himself from feeling not home, but just safe. And so And he is going to, before he leaves, he's going to just be like talking, not knowing if the spirits of the house are listening out at all,
Okay.
but just want to let them know that his place is always some place that they can come to feel safe in as well, and not to worry
Okay.
about things.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, hell yeah. The party gathers and gets ready to kind of head out and do a couple different errands. Zito is already down in the industrial district. As I'll start with Zito. As the party prepares to head, Zito, you head down the stairs. You can see into these kind of storage warehouse areas. The Magebreaker's Arcanum looming off to the side with its many towers. It's like one massive ass building. It looks like it was at one point a campus that all the buildings just kept getting expanded on, new wings and new wings and new wings, until it became just this solid structure with just it will have so many weird passageways and confusing nooks and crannies. But if you're going for the industrial district, you can keep on trucking. Where's your destination again?
The big
Oh, right, the
fort. That's not the right word, but that's what my brain is handing me right now.
Yeah, the fort, the keep.
The keep, yeah.
Okay.
I want to find Officer Liaton.
Ah. Excellent. Okay. Okay. Bit of time passes and Bop and let's do you. Soon you find yourself dipping back into that those barracks that you were in earlier in the previous day. Smell of gunpowder and oil. Everyone's pretty busy and running around. You ask around a little bit, and soon you find yourself knocking on the door to the third floor. Looking out, you can see into the open area down there, and you go before you knock. You step up and kind of look down, and then you look down again. Your passive perception notices that in that kind of sandy pit where the gate opens up, music stopped. You see the snoot of a red dragon and eyes poking out of the sands. One big gilded golden eye already looking up at you as it blinks slowly. Doesn't look like that big of a dragon, but a dragon nonetheless.
I mean, that's not entirely obscure to see, is it?
You have not had a ton of on-hand experience with dragons, and the ones that you have been pretty high heart-rated moments.
Right, but this is also Cairn, and it's not bizarre for like a military complex that's run by the Thorn to have a dragon. And if nobody else is,
yeah, no one's like panicking or anything like that.
Okay, I'll probably like notice it, make a mental note of it, and then knock.
Enter.
Door open.
Magebreaker Zito. Didn't expect to be seeing you again so soon. Shuffle some papers. How can I help you? Continues writing while looking up at you.
Ma'am, I either need a target in this war, or every man you have that needs some extra training.
Are you allowed to train? What's the term I'm looking for? Martialists? You know, just non-mage breakers. Because I will definitely send you some of my best. And
Well,
those
if
who
it's
honestly
semantics.
deserve a few knocks around the head.
I think we are on the same page then.
How much? I'll be sending them to you for training. How much do you charge?
Oh,
And or discipline.
the first one's free.
She suppresses a smile. Like one dimple shows. Just one. I'll send them to you then.
Thank you, ma'am.
As you were. She goes back to her writing.
Closes door. Is she sending them to the...
You said you were setting up like a gym, so I figured we could do it
Okay.
there. If you want to head down the mountain every time you want to let off some steam, we could do it that way too.
Yeah, whichever. I gotta punch something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you want to have like a training area that in the home base, that would be awesome.
Yeah, we do
Excellent.
that.
Excellent.
Is this dragon still staring at me?
So, you're nodding and you're closing the door behind you, and you turn, and the dragon's not there, because you would look. You would immediately. Anyone who has half a survival instinct would look to see that the dragon hasn't moved. The dragon's moved, and you get that hot breath down the back of your neck, and you look up, and it's on the roof, and its head is snaked down around. Do you have any magical barriers protecting your mind?
No. The best that I have. Say it again?
Smell different.
It's opened with "you're new."
Thank you.
You need a fight. I need a fight.
And he's going to slowly reach to grab you.
One finger up.
Pauses. Talon's kind of
Unfortunate.
twitching.
My eye also twitching. Unfortunately, I am a slave to the bureaucracy. Are we allowed to fight? Or do you have to take us somewhere first?
A disgruntled hunch as the head starts slowly turning away from you.
I am not permitted to fight.
These dragons are magically bound to service, and they are all evil. They are chromatic dragons. That's why the egg that Sika found is so wild, because it was a brass or a bronze dragonborn egg. Ever since the events of the Sunken Isle, these chromatic dragons have been brought to heal under the wizards of House Thorn and the various mage breakers and the magi. Anywho, after unsuccessfully getting you in trouble and getting to let off some steam, the dragon retreats and goes back up onto the roof out of sight, where you can hear it angrily kneading at the tiles, just grinding them down with its talons as it continues to just sit in the rain.
Mental note and for Zito is, once I am able to get a fight in and calm down, I'm gonna come back and find out how to fight this dragon. 'Cause I am fully just taking him at his word that he wants to fight. And I understand that. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Me too, dog.
Oh my god, same. All right. So, is there another destination in mind before we switch to the other group?
No, at this point, I'm just going back to the estates, and I'm going to wait in the fight pit.
Wait in the fight pit. Okay. As you guys are getting ready to head out, Zito comes back, kind of opens the door, looks at the party, and this far off look.
Where'd you go?
You okay?
Was it the cup?
I thought we weren't gonna mention the cup again.
Is
I did
there
not
a
include
courtyard?
myself in that week.
Is there a courtyard?
Yes.
I will be in the courtyard.
As you leave, Hewich kind of leans in. Is he good?
I don't know.
Hmm.
No, that's not enough.
I'm gonna open the door, and then right before I walk out, I'm gonna turn and put my turn over, look over my shoulder, and go. The courtyard is for fighting now. Send the soldiers when they get here.
You got it.
Oh
my god.
I'm not wearing shoes.
He's very intense.
He's very intense.
He looks at yeah. I mean, listen, roleplay informs the story. He looks at Robin. You can go without me. I'm gonna talk to him.
Okay. Anything you need in town that you'd like me to pick up?
No, I don't think you can pick up a goblin.
No.
No, I would.
Wait.
Yeah. Just a later thing. Maybe some seeds.
Seats? You got it.
And he kind of looks and then looks at Sega and then looks at. He scurries off towards the courtroom.
Okay. Sika, have you collected yourself? Are you here?
Yeah, sorry. That was just really funny.
No, hell yeah.
Yeah. So realizing everyone's doing something quick, he's gonna look around like, oh, I forgot something quick, and so he's gonna run back to his room, but he's gonna be grabbing 3 scrolls, and he's gonna be placing there are things that he worked on the night before. I forgot to mention, sorry. And so, and then he slide them in his bag and then make his way out. But first,
So they're blank spell scrolls? Do you know how to make
they're
spells?
not spell scrolls.
Okay.
They are scrolls that he has drawn on.
Mundane
and
scrolls.
so
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, they're mundane scrolls. And so it's just so he's just not saying. Did I say spell scrolls? Am my brain?
I think
break like
I
that?
missed it. I think I just
Okay.
I just dropped the ball there.
Yeah, they are mundane scrolls.
My
But
apologies.
It's okay.
I didn't mean to crap on your scrolls.
It's okay. he got 3 of them and placed them in thing. But when he's coming back, he's going to be looking for Coterie.
Coterie, yeah.
Coterie, are they nearby?
Yeah, still just trying to find new things to throw into Reggie.
Okay. So Siko goes up to Coterie and be like, I was just wondering, do you have any way of contacting Amethyst?
Yeah, I can do that.
I have something for her, but I need to give it to her. Is there any chance you would mind letting her know of this?
Yeah. I don't know if she'll be available anytime soon due to all the stuff with the coven and the hags having to meet. Struan has a lot to answer for.
Was so conscious in what his plans have been and things like this that slipped his mind, and he remembers just exactly what it was that Struan has done, and it's like, okay, do you know how I could get something to her?
I can ask after her and see if she's able to have a location, maybe, or maybe come visit.
For sure. I just want to make sure that there was something that was just something for her, and then but that's about it. But any help that you have, I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Thank you, and then he just like nods up.
She watches you leave. Slow exhales the joint. Oh, that she was holding on.
Why would she hide that from Sticka?
From the party bar? Come on.
That means she'd have to share.
Okay, got it.
You're right on that.
The whole time I was like low-key trying to talk like super faint. Okay.
I should say though, Kadrick needs to be added to that joint. Thank you.
I will be curious to see who's the first to find out that Coterie is trying to like sneak off to smoke weed.
Has she thrown any into Reggie yet? So that's my question.
No, hasn't yet.
I don't think no. That's not something you waste. To be fair, but then the moment
She's learning to experiment.
But the moment you accidentally do it, and then suddenly he's just. I mean, listen, he's a hot box himself. He's going to ruin
like
Reggie.
Wax resins.
I just imagine
this
him
whole thing
floating
goes off into a
like
criminal business. Oh wait, we're doing that already. Oh no.
Yep. I just imagine him Reggie floating like 2 or 3 feet like taller and just being like, yeah, he's high, it's fine.
Literally.
Higher.
Just a little more spread out.
Jesus. Okay.
So,
bring it in.
The party sets off. Is it Sika and Robin?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are heading towards the market district, and in doing so, you pass by the Arcanum, and I feel like Robin would be like pointing out all these little tour
guiding.
All right, and we're walking, and over here you'll see the storehouse. You pass through this beautiful park, and to the south, you can see the industrial district and the keep that you guys came through. To the north is the biggest church you have ever seen, Sika. It has its own wall structure, and it's kind of on this raised dais, and the kind of lake around it is this beautiful blue, and the steps leading up to here. I'll actually go to the map real quick. The steps that you can see leading up to that space. We got a little arrow now. It's just it's the oh no, I had a perfect description for this thing. What was the Notre Dame? Thank you. This is the Notre Dame of Whistling. It is regal. It is this beautiful structure dedicated to the Stormfather. It is known as God's Eye, or the Eye of the Storm, or the Holy Eye, or the some kind of synonymous holy gaze. And you can see how the massive port structure on the other side of it feeds into this kind of lake, which then feeds into the canals of the market district. And as you guys move through this beautiful park, you slowly realize that this is a refurbished and restructured crater from the tree incident that took out many cities. It is now this beautiful park where there's platforms and people gathering, and you can see various debates happening and stages and families moving throughout the space. It's very peaceful. You can see a lot of guards kind of just keeping an eye on everything, keeping the peace. And Robin, this is like one of the cleanest, most tended. The brutal deaths that destroyed multiple districts when the tree appeared briefly and decimated this area was horrible, but it did a lot for the city.
Mm-hmm.
And the city has very much become very focused on stronger together, and there is now been a push to create a stronger middle class. And you go on, sorry, I'm kind of speaking for you, Robin, but you go on to explain that with the Holy War in the South, not even the war that this campaign has been focused on, with the Holy War in the South, all the other cities have had a bit of a economic crisis, as a lot of the structures, a lot of the institutes within the city have folded, because all of the churches that were running the morgues and the teleportation circles and the schools and all the hospitals, those are all diminished now because a lot of those clerics and paladins picked up their old armor and went south for the war.
Mm-hmm.
So House Thorn has not had an issue of we're all broke, and now we're in an economic crisis. It's a crisis of institutions are struggling en masse everywhere except for Cairn. Cairn did not have this problem because the Stormfather is dead. The Stormfather's church, being the primary church of this city, because there was no holy order to go to war, all of the institutions managed to stay the same. Does that make sense? This city has managed to solo carry the economy of Whistling. House Thorn owes a lot of the stability to this city staying strong. And with it being so big, a lot of the industrial districts and infrastructure are pumping out support for the war effort. And so the city is gathered together to push off these invaders to the north, and have heard the stories of what these Leshen elven tyrants are doing to the lands that they overtake. And so there is surprising amount of unity here. And you can feel it. You can feel it in the area as you move through the place. Yeah.
Quick question. Sorry, you got me in note-taking mode.
You're good.
The Holy Eye is dedicated to the Snowfather.
Yep, it's the Notre Dame of the church. So the church is still there and it's still powerful. They haven't disbanded. They've got a lot of inner turmoil because a lot of the younger members of the church want to go join the Holy War, and a lot of the traditionalists, because Tempestos has only been dead for like 3 to 5 years. Yeah, so
3 to 5 as well.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
I was like, that's a difference.
I don't remember the exact timeline off the top of my head. I apologize. But the trials, Robin goes on to explain, the trials that Karen has had to tackle over these years have been around the new monarch, the new pope, if you will, disparaging the healing crystals, saying that they conflict with God's plan.
And Karen's, wow, just blanked. This happened in Cairn. That's not a global thing.
Yes, this happened in Cairn. The new High Monarch has been the one to push this narrative ever since the clouds departed, ever since the skies broke and Tempestos left this land, when the old High Monarch died. The market district is stunning. It is also quite large. Many boats moving in. Oh, that's too loud. A lot of the storage and perishable goods and all of that flows from the port to the market district via boats. And you can see all these people coming and going, moving through these various buildings, and either going around along the walls to the theater that's in the north, or moving through the various restaurants. The bottom, I think it's numbered, the bottom left area by the golden tree of the market district has like these nicer buildings, and that has the 3 banks of the market district. Robin and Sika, you guys are standing there on the cobblestones, many people moving back and forth as you're kind of looking. And House Thorn, it's a federal bank, a private bank, and a church bank. I've been cooking. The federal bank is the one you need, because this has to do with money moving for the nobility that you'll be pulling on the coffers of. Okay. Moving into the federal bank, you can hear the water beneath the stone that you stand on. And it seems you're expected.
That's a weird feeling for her.
Yeah, it's you. The two of you are rather pampered, and champagne is brought out, and just a very classy treatment, even to the point of like small snacks, as the Iwan tea sitting across from the table has a lot of yes sir, no sirs, yes ma'am, my lady, well, the countess, I will be most assured and most pleased to hear that, just, it's a lot, Robin, it's a lot. Sika.
The amount of imposter syndrome hitting her right now is so much.
Sika, you're able to help navigate a little bit, being a bard and familiar with moving through these circles with relative ease. Let's get a performance check from Robin with advantage because of Sika.
You don't want my numbers?
19.
Hey.
Very nice.
Needed the advantage.
After writing a few things down and crossing your T's, dotting your I's, you have now a small, arcanely protected tablet made of delicately chiseled stone. It's one piece of stone, and you know how chainmail is a bunch of interlinks, and how it moves and kind of moves a little bit like paper. It's one piece of stone that's been chipped down into interlinks that kind of flow. When scrunched together, it shows that you are able to pull on the coffers of House Thorn, kind of proof that what you're doing is on the up and up. And it does have magical protection on it so that it cannot be easily copied or destroyed.
Okay.
Can't be easily copied or destroyed?
Correct.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
Taylor and Robin have no idea what else to do here.
In a bit of a haze, you find that you're gently escorted out of the bank, and Sika, you look down to Robin, who's just a little like slightly flummoxed.
Welcome to Titleism.
Is this something you're familiar with?
More just have embraced the clientele who are and that stuff. So, but you're doing a swell job.
Great. If you have any tips, please let me know. I feel a little in the deep end, under the water here.
Don't be afraid to ask questions because they may be expecting you to fail. If you know what you're doing, then it'll be easier for you to understand what may be said in front of you.
Gotcha. I have an idea of what I want to do with the place.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm excited to tell everybody. I don't know what else everyone else wants to do with it, but
well, I'm sure everyone has their own flavor of what they would like their spaces to be, but what can we do to help your vision come true? Countess.
Oh, I don't know if I like it when you call it that. I'm okay with them calling me that, but you can call me Rob. That's...
I understand. Getting into a situation where you haven't been in like this before, I think everything is totally fine feeling uncomfortable. And if you don't like it, just tell the people not to call you that.
Yes, that's true. She's gonna kind of like, as we're like walking away, she's gonna like look to see like what earshot is around and stuff, and if she can like tell Sika her idea safely.
Look around. It's a pretty busy and loud street. Make perception checks, the both of you.
Okay.
Okay.
7.
17.
17.
But my passive perception is 14.
And nice 24.
Looking about, you don't believe anyone's lingering to eavesdrop. You can't guarantee any magical scrying, of course, but
Of course.
you don't see anyone down the alleyways. You don't see anyone lingering.
Sweet. I have one other thing that I want to check. Are we at the place that has the coffee? Yes. We're gonna go to Nuts and Beans iced coffee, and I want to get Sika a coffee and tell Sika my idea.
Okay.
Nuts and Beans is specifically a strange okay. A corporation fell apart. It built its entire industry on nutmeg, and like Blockbuster, had to downsize entirely, get rid of a bunch of other things that they were invested in, and now they have nutmeg iced coffee. And this is the only way they're able to all stay out of prison. And so you walk in, very streamlined process. It's a bunch of goodness gracious. I never put any people in this. We have.
It's okay. I just want to grab coffee and continue our walk. It's just, if you're not
Grab
ready
the to-go window.
We're doing the wander through, like the drive through, but it's the hole in the wall, like a wine window in Italy. Yeah. You get the coffee window.
Yeah, so it's strange. They just sell one drink and no food, and it's iced coffee with hazelnut.
Hazelnut or nutmeg.
Sorry, nutmeg. Thank you. And that's kind of the all of it. Let's say that there is one really intense orc and like 3 super relaxed, really chilled out humans.
Cool.
We need humans.
Wow, I haven't seen one of those.
How ordinary.
You gotta step out with your iced nutmeg coffee.
Yeah. I just wanted a sweet treat while we're talking about the idea. You can't have business without a drink. Okay, so Robin's gonna get excited as we're starting to make the walk back, and she'll be like, okay, so the estate, that's ours now, all of us. We've all got our different spaces and potential, and everyone will carve out their own piece of it. But I have an idea. This is what I'm curious for my piece of it. I want to build something of it and under it, just something real, something that actually changes things in this city. Right. So on the surface, I'm thinking we make it a charity, and we want to call it Ashfall Hollow or something. You get beds spread, a warm place for people that are getting squeezed out while the war, it's starting, it's getting going. Okay. And the nobles can just eat that up. Tax write-offs. We can put plaques. We can put feel-good donations. All sorts of that.
Own a tree today.
Yeah, exactly. She points to a flyer that's already hung up from one of her kids that went around the other night, put them up. Yeah. Exactly. But the part that they won't see, that's where I want to start to try and get more interesting. There are old tunnels that are under the estate. They're hidden. They're there. They're begging to be used. What if we turned them into a network, a quiet one? Black market, safe house, meeting grounds, a place to move things without eyes. A place that answers to us.
Okay.
So
I'm assuming past, if they're other than the butler and maybe a few others, how many people know this place? I'm sure more will obviously know it in time, but the layouts, are there rooms and stuff that we can use that people can't get to? So this is what do you hope the major part of this is going to be?
The major part, at least in terms of the operations of making the money, the major part is we take what the nobles give away and we sell it to fund the real help. So real changes, gear, supplies, medicine, leverage, we flip that into something useful. So steal from the rich, give to the poor.
Okay.
Keep enough to build something better so we can do stuff underneath.
Yeah.
And whatever's needed to make that profitable, like a market. She gestures around to the market that's all around them. We have stores, we have drinks, we have places for people to buy and sell things. I want to make that, but underground.
Accessible. Okay. So okay, I'm seeing it. Right. So with the charity and stuff up above, that's something that I was thinking that there's something I already thought of where I was going to try and make a more of like an entertainment area, kind of like not pubish, but like a place people can drink and things and come and the higher class in the area don't have to walk so far away to do. So that's some money that can come in from there that can go towards that. Um, but then what if we were to have our own underground type tavern for the people who are coming to the tunnels to do their stuff, like, and then people like the undercity tavern aspect, and and then like not only are they there to, like, as you said, take from the rich to give to the poor, the people there aren't going to be charged lots of money. They come to just relax and be unified, and then that allows the trust to be put in there as well with the people, because not only are they going to be getting the stuff that you'll be doing in your market, but if we have this tavern as be like I don't want to say honor system, but on the part where people don't feel they're getting screwed over for a drink, that they would be able to consider it a home, a place where they can go to and escape, find friends for more things, maybe some more deviousness and this stuff. But but that would be fun.
I love that.
So, and then you're talking about taking, like, say, as they donate stuff, you can sell those things to get the money.
Right.
But what if you also had a chance that if we were in a surplus of things, we could get the stuff that's being donated and allow people of a middle or lower class to have those higher end things, so that it starts becoming more filtered into society as normal. And then they would be able to enjoy pleasures as well.
I think that's a great idea. I wrote letters to both Warsh, the pirate and smuggle lord, and then also Yax, the lord of the steeps. So
Okay.
I've wrote to both of them. I think that would be an amazing opportunity for us to maybe try and make that unified. There's this other gang or whatever, this group of other people that are the ooze men that they didn't even know about until like now I've found out. So if we can unify those two together,
We could also use it as an information highway.
oh, absolutely. Information will be the most important thing.
One thing we should as well establish with this is it as a sense of a green area where people, when they come in, they are on the honor band symbol of not trying to hurt people in this area. It is understood that when they're here, everyone is on the same page and that people can be together. Of course, that may cause a little issues occasionally, but we'll be prepared for that. But to establish that as a don't fuck around and find out, just know. And so it's just, yeah.
I think we could really make some changes that are needed and that they're on their way. The city is more unified than most in the world right now because of the war. And I think if we're here to help it and to continue that, maybe we can make some real change.
Real change that's lasting.
Exactly.
And then if this network becomes even stronger, you'd be able to have another network in each city that can still connect to the same thing of just people helping each one. Because who knows what damage may be out there, or anyone that may be suffering, or just needing that little bit of help. And so that could be a lot. That could be a wonderful little web.
Yeah. But until we're super helping people, we should probably keep it from Zito for just a little bit. I feel like he's not going to approve about the underground stuff. I don't think he's gonna prove the underground stuff. I think he'd be mad at the criminals things.
He's mad at everything. So,
That's
but it's just
fair.
he doesn't look. I understand like omission of information is still lying, but just just don't tell him. What if there's a place for him to fight? He'll be signed in right away.
Didn't he say the courtyard is for fighting?
That's legal fighting.
Oh, you want to make like underground fight pits for Zito?
Make it a zip pit, and then
A zip pit?
and then let him just like punch his frustrations with us on other people who want to be punched. I'm sure he'll become much more relaxed. Just a few
Okay.
fisties there and there.
We'll see if we can make a Barbara brawl in the area.
It'd be have to be very fortified, I feel.
It's giving Fight Club.
I-
It's giving the officer Leotin sends him people to straighten out, and he just breaks them. All right, we need to grab a break, but we'll be right back. And we're back. So, Zito, you step out. Plop yourself down, wishing for a fight that just isn't coming.
Deep breath.
Look up, and you can see the city as a whole. You can see almost all of it. From the massive port to the industrial district, the massive ass hole in the ground that's the pit slums of the steeps. What kind of impact does the view have on your headspace?
I don't know if there's any room right now in the headspace. It's pretty much everything is focused on not raging. But if anything, the vastness of the city itself would make Zito. It would be similar to like an ego death. But in this case, he's like, oh, okay, this is how vast this one city is.
A lot bigger than the Raw.
Yeah, but the war isn't even here. And I have to end the war to go home.
Enter Kazric stage right.
He's quiet. As the others leave, kind of just tiptoes in. Stays a distance, but just kind of silently watches Zeta.
What impact does the view have on you?
I don't think he's looked yet.
Quiet moment is shared.
Would I notice Kazric has...
I think so. Faintly hear a few people in the background. Distant waterfall. The rain lets up a little bit, and the dragons return to resting on the massive port structures as the hot stone starts getting baked by the midday sun. Vaguely hear murmurs of Locke and Helivethea having some kind of conversation on the other side of the crescent. Tower creaks a little in the wind. Actually, it doesn't. It's fucking locked. The thing is coated. The tower looms.
I don't think Zito would do it. He would just continue to sit there, crisscross, deep breaths. Because at this point, it's like he's been holding it in for. Because it's not just the Whibbles. It was before that too, where it was ghosts and he couldn't fight the ghosts, and then we found an iron flask, and that was stressful because no one would listen to him about it. And
At
then
a boiling point.
yeah, he's just like, if like one more thing goes wrong right now, I'm gonna lose it.
As he watches, this is a Khazric that doesn't really show its face often. The one that is, hyper focused and yet almost like omnipresent in how much they take in. Skittish at times. Definitely antsy, chewing something. Playing with his hands. This is a very still Khazric. And he steps in more. So, what's going on?
I am angry.
Is there a target for your anger?
Not yet.
Oh, I probably shouldn't have said target. Is there a reason for your anger?
There are many reasons for my anger. My training is based off of holding in all of the anger, moment by moment, until you are ready to swing, and then releasing all of that anger at one time. And for the past 3 years, I haven't gone more than a couple of days without having a release for that anger. Right now, for the first time in as many years, I am not in a place where I can safely let go.
Is that how you process things? And as he's listening and saying this, he kind of like crosses to the other side of this courtyard and kind of like sits down against the wall. So there's definitely distance, not to be like he's scared, but just a sitting. He's not like right next to him.
If anything, it shows respect.
Is that how you process what to do next for you? Just getting angry? Letting that out with force? I've honestly never seen you do anything else. Not a bad thing, I guess I'm curious.
If it works, why fix it? And if it's useful, why stop it?
Then 2 questions. Is it actually useful if you haven't gotten home yet? And if it works, second question, why are you not home yet?
Goalposts shifted.
Was it ever a goalpost? Or was it just perception? It might not have ever been close. I've learned that. See him like take out its twig and kind of like start chewing on it.
In the grand reality, what's the difference?
A major difference if you've never seen all that reality has to offer, I guess. I mean, he kind of like gestures around. This is... He points to the middle of the courtyard, maybe at like a small stone that hasn't been moved yet. Maybe like a fist-sized stone or something. In the grand scheme of all of this, he points to the stone. That's my tribe. That's all I had to know was that tribe, that little space. And then suddenly I'm in, he points to a bigger, like maybe like a plank. Suddenly I'm in this big city that I never knew anything about. It's always been there. Now I just know about it. So, I don't really know the context of how that applies to you fighting, but I don't know. I just don't like seeing you like this, and I guess I'm worried.
I understand, Kazric. You care. And that is good. But right now, I am doing all I can to remain in control.
Zito. Kazric. There's a small, like, noise. And you both turn to look, and a small bit of rock from one of the benches has been chipped away. You register that something... What's your passives?
17.
17? 16? You register that something small
Reggie's just 20.
whizzed by both of your heads and then connected with the stone bench.
Okay, am I able to guesstimate an original point?
You turn and look at the city. And no. Another bullet whizzes past your head. You don't see any powder smoke. You don't hear anything. The concept of a sniper is foreign to everybody. foreign to this land.
Sniper, yes.
But
Slingshotter,
good point.
which goblins
sniper.
absolutely have.
Good point. Very good point. Make a perception check. Zito, you have heard, though.
Can Reggie help me?
Yes.
He would have been right there, just quiet. And he has a better perception than I do.
Where you're from, Zito, you have heard of someone who is able to make incredibly accurate shots. But even this would be incredibly far distance.
I have the general direction.
You have a general direction. Yes. If you make a perception check at advantage.
22. for me.
Kazric, 22. Okay. You didn't hear any whirring of any slingshot. The destruction behind was more significant than even a well-placed sling would have been able to chunk.
A force behind it.
A lot of force behind it. You guys
got a
know
23.
guns. 23. You guys know of guns, but a lot of what you associate with guns is the loud bang of, you know. So this catches you. This catches you a bit off guard. Zito.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask, but we both recognized more than anything, whether it's a bullet or a projectile, we don't know where it comes from, that this was a deliberate something shooting into our keep.
It takes a beat and it takes 2 shots, but the two of you immediately snap into alarm.
I'll let you
know. Off of your perception check on that second shot that you just turn, you lock the church, like the church, the Magebreaker's Arcanum, and the Market District. That's the line. The Market District is really far away. And frankly, any of these are beyond what you would assume capable. That second shot really makes a detriment to that logic, though.
Kazric, do you want to go for a walk?
Running's better.
Not until we know where he is.
Oh,
I grab my shield.
I meant with haste, but yes, I'm ready. Yes. You see almost like a darkness come over Kadric's eyes. And he has his needs with him.
There's a slight smile that comes over, very, very slight, but he has a target.
The door
Okay.
to one of the side rooms opens. And Hewitt steps out and goes, "Hear me out. Lemonade?"
Stay inside, Hewitt.
Goes inside. Closes the door quietly. Does just that little bit of a butler bow, you know what I mean? Just that, like, of course, yeah. And closes the door. With that deference sass, you know what I mean?
You lead. I'll get some things made on the way. Because how long? I mean, I'm assuming it takes a little bit to get into city, right?
Another
it wasn't
bullet
like
passes.
I don't like that. It takes a little bit to get into the city proper, right? Because we're like on a.
If you're talking minutes, yes. To
Yes.
get into the city proper, would have to be going down the mountain.
Yeah.
And that's many a step, maybe 10 minutes if you're walking. That's it.
think-
If you're at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, I think our plan is to not be suspicious. Well, not to run, but not to also snail space. So if it's 10 minutes, I can get one potion done, and that's fine.
Okay. You guys aura walk through the house.
Bury that.
And with the funk music blasting, slowly start making your way down the stairs while you, by the side, Kazric, start concocting a potion.
Zito, would you rather have a potion of climbing, a potion of heroism, or a potion of hill giant strength?
I don't think the potion of hill giant strength would do anything for me.
I don't know where you're at, so I'm just
I
asking.
have a 20 strength.
Oh, there you go. That's a 21. I think. Or
What's
19.
what's heroism do?
Innate bless, no concentration. With intent.
Yeah, let's do that one.
Great. You just put he's an alchemist, but he's a demolitionist too. You just gave him a target. So yeah, during that 10 minutes, I will be grabbing the necessary things to make a potion of heroism. It tastes just like the vanilla milkshake from yesterday.
Amazing.
There's only 2 here today.
You guys walk around and down, still keeping pace as you come into view, and another shot is taken.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep my eyes on what you said. The closest one was the church.
Closest one is the Arcanum.
Arcanum.
Okay, so I'll keep my eyes first on just the Arcanum to see if I can see.
I'm gonna be in focus mode. Reggie's gonna be my eyes.
Okay.
Reggie
just and Zito make perception checks.
Okay.
I'm rolling a disadvantage, and I rolled a 20 and an 8. Kazric. Does 10 hit?
Kazric, no. Thank God. Reggie got a natural 1, but it is a +10, so it is a 11 perception, but it is a natural 1, which goes on bingo.
I got a 14.
Okay. Again, no flash. No smoke. It's absurd. And it lets up once you reach to the bottom, implying, and this is what you're able to confirm with a 14 as well, implying that you're no longer in range. So the mage arcanum building and the warehouse storage, likely not the area the shots are coming
It's coming from the industrial district.
Coming from the church?
It's coming from the church or the market district.
Okay.
Speaking of the market district,
What the heck? Having a moment and now we're getting shot at? Suddenly it's Mission Impossible?
Sika and Robin. You guys are moving and you've got your caffeine kicking in, and Sika leading the way navigates through the market district until you get to kind of the northeastern, kind of into the thick of the water areas. Robin kind of skipping across channels, and the two of you kind of just discovering the area. It's very busy. A lot of money's trading hands. A lot of people try to get you to buy stuff. and even kind of towing along at one point, Sika alongside you, kind of paddling along, just like, please, they're the best tomatoes, I swear to God. Put a little salt on them. No, seriously, you don't understand. These tomatoes, make you just make you die. It'll kill you. This is the best tomatoes you've ever seen in your life, I swear. On God, best tomatoes. Just incessant. The tomatoes don't look great.
I was about to ask.
I heard the dye. I heard the dye part, and I'm like,
But soon you guys step into some of the more living district. This is middle class. Some more of the housing areas. So a lot of like second stories with various bridges between buildings, and so. Yeah, it's very cut me own throat diddler. Soon you're just moving through this network, and Robin, you're able to point out these various rooftops because it's very easy to get on the roof up here. The issue is it's very easy to get up on the roof up here, so it's like you can get up there and it's useful, but other people can too and give chase easily. But Robin, you do spot a lot more people tucked away in the nooks and crannies, because so many people have had to move out of the stacks, out of the steeps. And so it's a little more crowded than you'd like, but than what you're accustomed to. But soon you find yourselves looking down into this ring of buildings that you're able to now go into the inside of and go down, and so you're back down to the water level, but tucked away. You can see light from the water from under the buildings kind of dancing through and around, and it's just this beautiful, eerie, you see reflections all around, and many fish swimming along the below, and it's kind of just this like odd, trippy, underlit micro neighborhood of small buildings all stacked on top of each other, and you do feel the presence of eyes, some maybe one or two kids kind of just watching you from a window. There's one elderly dude kind of just smoking a pipe, letting his beard hang out out of a window. He just kind of looks at you guys as you walk down the stairs, doesn't really say anything, just kind of notes you, blows a few smoke rings. Oddly calm and peaceful and tucked away. Checking your information, Sika, you find the right door. Windows closed, and looks like soot. A candle has been burned underneath it, so that soot covers the windows up. Door closed. Plants are alive.
That's good. I would not. Like, actually not.
You knock like a normie. Instead of casting the spell.
I had to be sure to make sure there.
And there's not an immediate response.
Are the windows eligible to, like, if I peek through, I can take a look?
You can make a perception check, but the DC's really high because the soot is covering the inside to pointedly, purposely obscure. Was that?
Robin will help.
Okay.
I will attempt.
And poop guidance.
All right. With guidance, and it's a straight roll. Disadvantage up, back up to norm.
My first roll's a 33.
Okay. That's the roll. That's the straight roll. DC was 30.
Hey!
Whoa!
Find where a cat or a rat or something has, over the past like X amount of time, gone up and like been on the windowsill, and therefore slowly smudged a little bit of an area. in there, and so you get up there and you just really squint, and you gotta want it, and you gotta like do the motion thing so that the immediate stuff blurs a little bit. You can get a little more focus, you know what I mean? You gotta you gotta do a little head wiggle. So the both of you are standing there like hunched together doing the head wiggle in unison, trying to see into this room. And
we're just dancing.
And you see a study and windows on the other side also smudged up. It is very dark. You can see rows of books and a chandelier that is got the constellations on it, that are all kind of in a state. Tables with many papers, much dust. You can see the doorway on the right leading into what might be like a kitchen and a hallway or something. You can't really see.
Okay. But no sign of life?
No sign of life.
Is this...
Dark and dusty.
And this is where I believe Rampant maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He looks around like, should we just go in?
Robin checks the door for traps.
As you kind of squat down and start sifting around and looking around, hey, get away from that door!
Huh?
I'll call the guards. It's the old man.
The old man from where?
The old man. You're in an open area.
Just an old man.
Yeah, it's the old man who was letting his beard hang out, smoking the pipe.
Okay, I was like, I'm trying to get in touch with who lives here, and I just think, have you seen them?
Roll persuasion. He thinks you guys are trying to break in.
Ha ha
33.
Oh yeah, what's his name?
Oh, I could tell you that, but a little bit like, do you know his name?
You don't know shit.
His name starts with an R.
Lucky guess.
Ends with a T.
And he tamps out his pipe. Hang on a second. Closes the comes on out. He's got a little walker. Starts shambling his way around the open water area to get to you guys. Hey, what you want with Rampant? He didn't do nothing.
Oh, of course. Other than be amazing, I'm his friend, and I wanted to just come check on him. He told me once I made it to the city to come by and see him, so I just wanted to make sure that I did that, and it looks like he's either not home.
I haven't seen him in weeks.
Oh.
Sika's
going to try and recall. Oh, Sika, before he says anything else, is going to try and recall how long it's been since he saw him.
About a week. Week and some change.
So I've seen him after the old man has last seen him. Okay.
He hasn't made it back yet, or something delayed him from getting back, it seems.
Well,
You're
I don't mind.
If you need to go in there and take a look around.
Yeah, please, and like I can put his mail away for you. Oh, by all means, I hope you do.
Pulls a key out of his beard.
Robin tries to see if there's anything else in his beard.
I want to put something in there.
A bird.
No.
She's not gonna try and steal it. She's just looking.
We're going
Birds.
with a small folded down tuft and tightly twined locket of someone else's hair.
Oh.
And it's in the back. It's kind of tucked away. You can't really see it too well, but you see just a little curl. This dude's got kind of glossy white hair. And you see the little tuft and curl of this bundle of red. I've had to do this once or twice for a few of Rampant's friends.
Oh. Have you been by recently?
No, not of late. Passive perceptions while we make our
20.
investigation check.
24.
24?
14.
14. Okay.
If I get shot.
My passive investigation is 20. That
Wait,
matters.
passive perception? Passive perception, not investigation. Yeah, it's 24.
I'm just trying to be cheeky.
You hear a thump from upstairs.
Is it like a collateral type thump? Or
Now that you've looked up,
Oh,
you do notice the blood stain
uh-oh.
seeping through the floor,
Oh no.
instead?
coming spreading along the ceiling. And that's where we're gonna leave off for the night.
Oh no.
If you have killed Rampant, that
Off screen? It's draft on this kind of thing before, actually, now that I say it. But you'll have to tune in next week and find out for the season finale before we start our summer series and then pick back up with these characters for another year. I'm very excited. It'll be going into season 7. Can you believe it? I
yeah.
can't believe it.
Wild.
That's nuts.
Crazy.
We still here.
I love
feel
how, like-
legacy.
I love how this episode was a very good get the meat in for the finale.
Oh,
know?
this was a penultimate down.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You kind of ate that. I'm not gonna hold you.
Honestly, building the city of the map was absolutely the move. We're gonna be doing a raid, so don't go anywhere just yet. But we're gonna go down the line and we're gonna go down the line and talk to everybody. They're gonna talk about their characters. They're gonna talk about themselves. We've got their links in the chat to kind of help streamline that for everybody. Please go follow them. They're all amazing. You just experienced how amazing they are. I know. Pretty great. Go give them a follow. It means the world to all of us. I'm Sir Feffers, the humble dungeon master of the Longshot table. 3 soon to be 4 campaigns. Get caught up on the YouTube. If you want to support me further, hit up the Patreon. I will teach you how to DM like me. We're working on merch. We've got a podcast. It's called Insight Check. Discord. Did anyone get bingo? We have bingo on the Discord. No bingo.
I actually stopped bingoing because I was focusing.
If anyone
When
needs
the
it for their
note-taking
bingo,
takes precedence over bingo.
if anyone needs it for bingo, Sicko was humming a little bit, so he's making music there.
Oh, great! I do have that. Did Zito want to solve things by punching?
But it was the core element of his.
Have
of his
we done?
arc
Did we
tonight.
do any evil stuff tonight?
I mean, I'm starting an underbelly.
In a way, Sicko did, but no one really knew about it. But Sicko did.
Is it the party doing evil things?
It's the party does evil stuff.
I can't help
Oops.
you.
Dang it!
No bingo, but if you want to get your bingo, we have campaign-related bingo on the Discord. Yeah, let me throw it over to CritBard while I gear up this raid. Thank you all for being here.
Hey, yeah, Omega Jones. Yeah, CritBard across all social media channels. I've been Kazric. I'm very excited about this finale because I think it's been hinted at, but I think it's also very fair to say out loud that Kazric is always and always will be a knuck if you buck type of guy. So is ready to help Zito. Was actually ready to fight him himself if it meant that Zito would be. Oh no, we didn't get to it because we got shot at. But yeah, was absolutely about to be like, all right, fine, I can take it. Let's do it. Let's finally see how well your bombs hold up against me. Hold up against you. Whatever. But yeah, very excited
We'll
to
both be
see.
throwing bombs.
Oh, absolutely. Yep, but yeah, excited for whatever is about to happen. I will pass it to Ben.
Hi, my name is Ben Brainard. I've been playing with Zito Barbera, the Path of the Knuckle Sandwich Barbarian. Zito wants to end the war so we can go home, but more importantly and more pressing right now, Zito wants to find the guy that's shooting at him so that Zito can tell him that's rude.
I cannot believe you guys are just like, pretend we haven't noticed. Until the guy just kept taking shots at you. Failing miserably, I might add.
Yeah.
It's a new
Yeah,
technology.
I mean... So, the Zito, the thing that he's thinking right now is like... He's seen Gun twice. Adeline? But on this plane, the only people he has seen with guns are the Froth.
Mm.
And
If
he
you say it, it sounds cool as fuck.
if Kazric and I don't find the guy shooting the gun, Zito will be like, okay, well, I am going to destroy the Froth. All of them. The goalposts keep moving, and Zito keeps kicking. I'm excited to see what happens in this last episode.
Okay.
We'll pass it off to Shane.
Hi everyone, I'm Shane Whalley. You can find me ever Shane Whalley. Before I talk about sex, reminding if you want to join me next week for the Rise for the Center of Addiction and Mental Health, you can find in the link in my bios and just join the team. You do not have to donate, just join the team and just help spread awareness for helping mental health be health. And so, yes. Hi, I play Sika, the College of the Rope Bard, and he's doing lots of planning because he's in a place where dreams, death vision, people, voices, and things have all been telling him to go to. And he is in this town. And he is getting to the meat of the sandwich and is frothing at the mouth for
Chomping at the bit, if you will.
chomping at the bit for answers. And he's feeling like he's really close to getting what he needs, or at least starting to get the part that he needs. And so he is using a few of the tricks of the trade to help of traveling and learning things from people on how to make places secure and safe and dangerous. And so now, especially with the idea of working with Robin on building a web of hope, he's definitely feeling some good motivation that he needed over these past few weeks or days or whatever it was since they've been traveling. If Rampin's dead, the town's going to be destroyed.
I believe it. I believe it.
Simple as that. Love you guys. See you next week. Make sure you're here. Taylor.
Hi everyone, I'm Taylor and Tracy. I am the game master and writer of Heinefall. Checks out Heinefall.com. I play Robin. Robin is really excited to also work together with Sika, who she's doing the fake it till you make it. So having someone that is, there kind of by her side and helps and has experience and things like that as well. She's feeling a lot more secure in her ideas of what she wants to do, as well as feeling validated that it is a good idea. So she's really excited to get started and incredibly nervous that Sika's friend is dead and the chaos that will bring. I'm excited. I'm really excited for next week's episode.
Hell yeah. Alright gang, everyone pile into this rave gear, kick it with it for Sachiko, playing some Claire Obscure. Excellent rest of your